In this lecture, I will demonstrate you the configuration and end-user creation of a source list or a source of supply. Here is the business scenario. The procurement team wants to know if there is any master data that can specify source for a particular material. Now, let us see what is source list. Source list contains a list of possible source of supply for a material in a specific plant over a defined period. It ensures that the purchase orders are not issued to vendors who are not authorized to supply that particular material. Additionally, source list can be copied from one plant to another, and it can be created both manually and automatically within the material master. Now, under the purchase tab, there is a checkbox that allows you to make the source of supply mandatory. And here is the menu path for its implementation. And here is the easy access menu path to create it as an end user. And alternatively, you can use the transaction code ME01 to create the source list. Similarly, ME02, ME03 for maintain, and ME0 for display. So first we will take a look at this configuration. I'm already in the display ING screen, and go to the node material management, purchasing. If you scroll down, you will find something called source list. Expand the node and then execute define source list requirement at plant level. If you execute it, go to the position and locate your plant. Now if you check the box source list for your plant, what exactly it does is make the source list mandatory for all the materials in that particular plant. If your organization requires that the source list is mandatory, then you can mark the checkbox against each plant which your organization use. In our business scenario, we will leave it blank. Okay, go back. Next, you can maintain the search helps. So that's all the configurations for the source list. Now, I will go back. As I mentioned earlier, you can create a source list either through the purchasing info record, or alternatively, you can go back to the SAP Easy Access screen, then go under the node logistic, material management, purchasing, master data, and expand the node source list. You see the transaction code ME01 to maintain the source list. If you double click on it, now you have to enter the material and the plant. Click enter. Now you will be landed on the screen. Here, now you will need to enter the validity dates. So we will choose the current date and to 31st of December 2024. And you can also choose 999 in the replacement of 2024, okay, which indicates no end date. Then we will choose our vendor as 3100, the same vendor which we create to the purchase info record. And our purchasing organization is SUPO. And further, you can enter the order unit as well. Since we have already used carton for the purchasing this material, so we will use the same order unit, carton. You can also enter the agreement item here if you need it. You can choose if the supplier source is a fixed one. If it is, you can mark the checkbox. If you need to block this vendor, you can mark that checkbox as well. Once you are finished, hit save, and the source list is now saved. To view the source list, select it and click on Details button. You can take a closer look at the source list details like the validity dates, vendor, purchasing organization, and order unit. Further, you can simulate the source of supply. Go to the top menu, select Extras, and then Simulation. Click on Source of Supply. Choose the simulation date. Press enter to continue, and this will show you the effective source of supply is this vendor, the purchasing organization, and the source list has automatically picked up the existing purchasing info record for this material with a combination of plant, vendor, and material. That's it. That's what you need to know under the source list. So one more point, if you want to make the source list mandatory for the particular material, for an example, if we go to the material master, under the purchasing tab, there is an option to mark the checkbox for source list. Now, if you mark this checkbox, it will make the source list mandatory for that particular material. If you don't, then the source list won't be mandatory. Okay, that's it. We are done with the source list. Now I will proceed to the next lecture.